Hey, what's happening? This is Rich Osweiler from the 2016 NAMM show for PremierGuitar.com. I'm here at the Laney amplification booth with Simon Fraser-Clark. We're going to talk about a brand spanking new combo they brought here to the show. Simon, how's it going?
Very well, thank you. Yeah, we had a good day yesterday. This is the new GHR range from Laney that we launched this year. When it comes to guitar tone, we as players, we all have a cultural heritage that we draw from. You know, we talk about guitar tones like Hendrix Axis Boulder's Love tone, or the Blues Breakers tone, or Metallica's tone, that sort of thing. Invariably, those are all examples of guitar amps run really loud in order to get this, this mythical, output section distortion. Cut to the mid-70s, Eddie Van Halen has his amps modified for an extra preamp tube, and all of a sudden, all of us guitar players develop an unhealthy preoccupation with preamp distortion. Combine that with the fact that at that point in time, PA systems become that much more efficient, and the first thing that the sound guy says to a guitar player when they rock up to a gig is turn down. Yeah. So all of a sudden, we're all obsessed with preamp distortion. The output section is being told, turn down, we don't need that level and volume on stage. Now, unfortunately, the basis of your tone, it's a triangle of tone. It's three things. It's the preamp, it's the power amp, and it's a speaker. And basically what's happening in this situation is we're consigning 1/3 of our tone triangle to the bin. Mm-hmm. Output sections, they're not getting used anymore. And really the ethos behind the GHR is to give the guitar player back the ability to dial in and balance their output section into the tone. So basically it consists of three models, a 100-watt head, a 50-watt head, and a 2x12 50-watt combo. They all follow the same preamp design. They're two channels with a shared tone stack, a master tone and a master output, and then a reverb section. Unlike a lot of amps, it's not a case of a lead channel and a clean channel. Okay. Both channels can do the same sounds. They both generate the same levels of tone, but the way you set them up gives them little inherent differences. So if you look at channel 1, for example, channel 1 has a channel drive control which you use in conjunction with the master output as almost like a standard master volume head. Yeah. So if you want a clean sound, it's low gain, master output all the way up. Okay. And then as you dial the gain up, then obviously you back the output down. It's a counterclockwise, preamp gain versus output gain. More preamp gain, less output gain. But ultimately, some guitar sounds just sound better with the output section run really hard. So on channel 2, you've got a drive control with a volume control. Now what that allows you to do is just basically take the output section, dial it all the way up, and then set the level of gain using the drive control, and then using channel 2's volume control, you determine how much of that preamp tone hits the output section. Right. So what you're doing is basically balancing the level between the output section and the preamp gain, just to get you, this monstrous tone where everything works in sympathy with each other. Because otherwise, if we don't do that, then we're consigning our output sections to the bin. Right. So, and really, that's kind of the whole emphasis and ethos behind it.
Cool. Well, can we flip through some of the settings here?
Of course we can. Absolutely. And I'll get my esteemed friend, Mr. Paul Glover, to do a bit of playing. Paul will play us a couple of clean sounds, a couple of crunchy sounds, and a couple of lead sounds, and you'll hear how it works.
Love it.
There we go.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Right.
I think one of the things that having the output section running open allows the player to do is really kind of vary the level of distortion that you get from the amp by simply pick attack. So the guy, you know, if Paul was leaning into it then a little bit, hitting it harder, the amplifier was breaking over, the output section was breaking over. As Paul laid back a little bit, everything cleaned up. So it's a very, very dynamic setup. So what Paul's doing now is just going to drive in a bit more, just going to dial in a bit more gain. He's backed off the output section a little bit because he wants a bit more of a spongy tone.
Right.
And then, you know, obviously the difference in tone you'll hear.
Okay. Nice.
There we go.
So, Simon, when can folks get their hands on these new amps?
They're pretty much ready to ship now. I'll just need to check. You need to check with your local store, check with our distributors in the US who are a musical distributors group out of Boonton, New York, and they should have it, you know, ready and shipping soon.
Awesome. Well, there you go. Really cool new stuff from Laney. This is Rich Osweiler from PremierGuitar.com. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out all the action happening this week. Thanks.